Hey, let's get ready. It's Super Nintendo time. Yep, that's right. This is the video where I'm going to show you guys my Super Nintendo collection. Now, a couple videos ago, I did my Super Famicom collection. Super Nintendo has always kind of been one of my favorite systems that I've ever played. I have a lot of fond memories of it. And while I admittedly did not have a lot of games, I did actually have a few staples that I really enjoyed. Unfortunately, most of those are on the Super Famicom system right now, but I have found a few gems in my collection that I really want to, I really enjoyed, really happy with. So let's get started and show you my Super Nintendo collection. So we'll start off with probably the biggest one I've got, one of my favorites, and one that I never thought I'd really actually have, and that is a CIB Star Fox video game. Now, Star Fox, I absolutely love Star Fox, especially the 64 version. This is a huge series for me, and like I said, I've got a CIB, which I did not expect to go for. I actually ended up selling a NCAA 14 or football 14 and ended up getting about $88. This just happened to be on the shelf for about $40 without the manual. I ended up getting the manual for about $5, completing the whole thing. I love this thing. I'm almost tempted to go after more of the CIB series, but to be honest, they're expensive, and I don't know really how much value the box actually has. Although, let's face it, some of this artwork is pretty sick. If I can get that stupid glare off of it. But yeah, it is enjoyable. It is fun. I love this game. It's almost as good as the 64 version, and it is actually my third Star Fox game that I actually own. So the next one is one that was just kind of a no-brainer. It's my favorite Batman movie, so I had to have Batman Returns. Another good one, just kind of a walk around, side-scrolling, beat 'em up. And being a Batman fan, I had to go for it. As you see from my lunchbox right over here, the metal one and the plastic one. Unfortunately, this one does have a little bit of back damage. I don't know how much value that actually takes away from it. To be honest, I really don't care. I'm going to keep this in my collection because I love playing it. It's such a fun game. So, next one I have is Super Godzilla. Now, if you know me, I absolutely love Godzilla games. I love pretty much Godzilla everything. So to have the Super Godzilla with King Ghidorah on there sharing the spotlight, it was a no-brainer, and it's actually a pretty decent game. Not one I've sunk a lot of time into, but a pretty decent game. I just actually noticed this little circle thing right there. Never noticed that. Unfortunately, this copy does have a little bit of damage on the front, so I will be eventually looking for a upgraded copy of this. Maybe we can get the box version, but we'll see how it goes, because this is a lot of fun. Then, a bit of a story time. I actually played this game a lot with my cousin. So much so that I eventually ended up writing a paper on it in school. I ended up giving an A on it for creativity, and that is the story of Joe and Mac. Now, our teacher actually asked us to tell a story that could be really from anywhere. I took this video game premise and wrote a paper on it, got an A on it, and you know what? Even if I didn't have that story, this game is a lot of fun, really enjoyable, and just an amazing title. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is I don't think that, I don't like that if you run over a weapon, you immediately either upgrade or downgrade immediately. I think you should be able to choose to pick it up or not. But again, that's just me nitpicking. This is a lot of fun. It's really enjoyable. And, it is an old rental copy, as you see there. Still has its sticker, but, it is still an amazing copy. I'm really glad to have that. I do need to clean it up a little, though. This one, it's damaged, unfortunately, but it still works. It's still enjoyable. The cover art is it, and that is Judge Dredd. And if you can see that cover is pretty gnarly, but still a rather fun game. One thing I was not expecting was to actually have a choice of almost moral kind. One of the things that you can do with this game is you can either continue to shoot up the bad guys, but if they give up, you can actually arrest them. Someone will then come pick them up and they drop more loot. Obviously, you want to do that because you want that extra ammo, you want that extra health, but it was kind of a neat thing to give you that moral choice. As far as the game, I really haven't put a lot of time into it, but it is a fun one, and the graphics aren't half bad. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is the fact that it's actually based on the Sylvester Stallone movie instead of the Carl Urban one, which I preferred a lot more. So, this is one that I decided to get just because of the context, and that is Bram Stoker's Dracula. I actually do have my eye on the box and manual for this one, so it'd be pretty cheap to upgrade this one to a CIB. Unfortunately, the back is rather toasted, and it could use a bit of a cleaning. I've been really lax on doing that, unfortunately, just because of work and everything that's been going on. But I will eventually get around to cleaning those. In fact, I might do that after this video. But it is a fun game. I've always liked the universe monsters, having Dracula, Frankenstein, and so on in video games is always a plus. Probably my favorite is actually in the NES collection, which is the Monster Party. But this is still a pretty good one too. One that I honestly did not expect that I would absolutely love and spend a lot of time in is the Earthworm Jim. When I bought this, I was like, it's a notable title. It's, I've heard people say good things about it, and boy, where they write, this game is a lot of fun. I absolutely love it. Probably one of my favorite things is going up in the elevator or the stair chair, where you have the mechanical chair and you're going up the stairs, dodging grannies as you go down or as you go up. And if they hit you, they beat you with that purse until you get down to the bottom, and then you lose half your life. That's a lot of fun. I got to say, that's a blast. And a lot of the references using cows and pigs to just defeat your enemies. And you have another one where you're saving puppies. That's a hard level, but it's a lot of fun, really enjoyable. And I actually started collecting the figures after I started playing this game. I'm only missing 3 of the original Earthworm Jim figures. So really a fun game, really just an amazing character. I'm glad I got this. I need to find the first one. So yeah. Next one being Aliens 3. If you've watched any of my room tours, you know I'm a huge Aliens and Predator fan. So having Aliens 3 was just kind of a given. It does have a bit of conditioning. You can see it's coming up. It's starting to bubble a little. I need to get an upgrade version of it, but it still plays. It's still fun. It's not one I spent a lot of time in, but it is enjoyable. and I am kind of curious to see how the rest of the game plays, because there are some Alien games that don't play so well, and there's some that actually play quite a bit. Next one is just an outright, all in all classic. That is Street Fighter 2. This was actually the one that introduced Cammy, my favorite Street Fighter, so I had to grab this. Just an amazing game. This is Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I'm not good at these. I really not. I've never been good at fighting games. But again, for Street Fighter, it is probably one of my favorites. The other one I like is, I believe it's either Dead or Alive or Virtual Fighter, and it's the one where that has Brad Wong, where he does the drunken monk fighting. But yeah, Street Fighter's also been really good. I do have a few of this Street Fighter figures, and I've watched pretty much all the movies except for the cartoon movie. I haven't watched that one yet. I need to get around to that. And I think there was like a YouTube video or fan-made video that I have not watched either. So, but yeah, it's if you have a Super Nintendo, you need that in your game collection. So, next one pretty much goes along with the whole Godzilla thing, but that is Ultraman. I have played this. It's, it is enjoyable. To be honest, I'm having some difficulty actually figuring out the mechanics. You can, punch your way through an enemy, but there's a certain point where the punching stops working. You have to do like a finishing move. For the life of me, I cannot figure it out. I need to get the instruction booklet. I need to watch a video. I need to do something because it's frustrating me. So, but I do like Ultraman. I do like Gamera, obviously Godzilla and that stuff. So, to have this one, worth it. Again, a bit of a messed up cart, but like I said, it plays good. It may not look the prettiest, but it plays good. And then probably the last, but still probably one of my favorites. One that I remember as a kid playing with my parents, both my mom and my dad loved this game. It was fun, it was enjoyable, and it still is today, and that is Tasmania. Yeah, you're going after those Kiwis, and man, they are fast. This game is fun, it's enjoyable, it makes you laugh because you hit a post, you get run over by a car, you fall in a lake. He has different sounds and just absolutely makes you laugh every time you see it. So yeah, this is one I had to get. I really enjoy it. I have a lot of memories playing this game, and again, it's just one of those ones that for me it was a no-brainer for picking it up, and it's a rather cheap game. So, well guys, that is it. That is my Super Nintendo collection. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to, I will actually continue to do these for the NES system. And, I think that's the last actually retro system that I have. I have the Wii, I have the Xbox 360, and I have the GameCube, which I really only have 2 games for that system. So I'm working on it. I really am. So, but guys, that is it. That is the Super Nintendo. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit that like button. Give me a little thumbs up. Let me know that you want more of these videos, or just share your favorite video game for the Super Nintendo that I need to be looking out for. Again, like I've said in many other of my videos, I'm always looking for new games, and I admit I do not know everything about video games. I really don't. I've just kind of restarted. When I first bought the system, I had maybe 4 games. I had the Kiwi one. I had, Star Fox when I was younger. That was probably it, except for maybe Mario Karts, and Donkey Kong. That was it. So I am looking forward to exploring the hidden gems and just the, games that everybody else knows as good that I never got around to playing. So please let me know in the comments below what is worth playing for this system. Hopefully I can actually find one of these systems, because I am currently playing on my Yobo FC Twin, but hopefully I can find one of these systems and add it to my collection, because it does have a special place in my heart for nostalgia and family, fun and all that. So especially the Super Scope. That was a blast. The only game that my mother actually beat me at, and she did it with prejudice. That was a lot of fun to play. So, well, I gotta go. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time.